KTN.
Now, the Kenya Kwanza administration has been on the spot time and time again, finding itself at a crossroads over failure to have a clear and robust communication system. Just what is the government communication strategy? Despite heavily investing in communication organs and onboarding of communication experts in crucial government agencies, including the Office of the President, experts opine that lapses in communication have resulted in credibility concerns. Ian Keitani sought to understand whether the lapse has been occasioned by a breakdown in the deployed communication strategy or a deliberate attempt to keep this much-needed information private. Listen in.
From the 2024 Gen Z-led demonstrations to the secrecy surrounding the Adani JKIA deal, and even more recently, the landmark Kenya-US health deal signed in December, the government has struggled with communication lapses and the lack of clarity on crucial issues of national interest, contrary to the expectations of the citizenry. The latest controversy is the agreement to set up an Ebola quarantine facility for US citizens in Laikipia County, an agreement that Kenyans knew about first from US-based media outlets and not the Kenyan government.
It is not a question of what they are saying that people are not believing, but the fact that they do not have the authority to stand by it. It seems like they still need to go and refer to someone else who is on top. And what comes out is very simple, that either the command is there but does not give the people who are communicating authority, or the people who are communicating because there is no chain of command, which can be very dangerous. The missing link is someone from a strategic communication background, someone who understands that communication is not just about relaying information.
The breakdown in communication lapses comes despite the government investing millions in communication departments, including the office of the government spokesperson, with the head of state also supported by key notable and experienced figures in matters communication.
It is fairly detrimental because it breeds credibility issues, that now any communication from the government is treated with some sort of skepticism, simply because there is nothing that has come out to show that chain of command that is very authoritative. So anyone who speaks for the government, anything from the government is treated with some sort of skepticism, and that credibility, more often than not, becomes the subject of discussion and what the government is communicating.
Experts attribute the trust deficit between the citizenry and the government to these lapses in communication. The current regime appears to have resorted to the deployment of online foot soldiers, widely known as bloggers or keyboard warriors, to defend and push government agenda, a move that has been attributed to the rise in misinformation. Owila has cautioned the government over the use of bloggers, calling for the adoption of hypermedia campaigns like is the norm in other modern states.
They're not as intelligent as many people think in terms of their communication. That strategic thinking that a strategic communicator would have, is lacking in a lot of them. So they become conduits. The best case scenario that I've seen is the deployment of something called a hypermedia campaign. And the Prime Minister of India has used this enough times, where you relay the same kind of information through an array of outlets, from the digital, legacy to interpersonal and group communication channels, which are a lot more authentic.
Ian Keitani for KTN Prime.